The book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 37.
This is for everybody that think the Bible was written or for white people, when really it got your history in it, and we're going to prove that.
And as Paul was led to be into the castle.
So we're talking about Paul, you know.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian?
What did they mistake Paul for? Read again, you didn't understand.
Art not thou that Egyptian? Which before these days made us an uproar and led
again from the top.
Verse 37. And as Paul was to be led into the castle.
So Paul, just to break it down, Paul is going to speak to the king. All right? Read on.
He said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian?
So you hear what they said to Paul? Can you speak Greek? Because this king spoke Greek. He said, can you speak Greek? Aren't you an Egyptian? I just asked you, what did the ancient Egyptians look like? So if they mistaken Paul for an Egyptian, what did he have to look like? He had to look like us. So Paul was not a white man.
Right.
That is another lie that was told to us. Because our people...
Now you say he speaks Greek?
He said, can you speak Greek? So why is he asking? That's what you got to ask yourself. Why is he asking that? He said, aren't you that Egyptian? So he's saying, since you're an Egyptian, how do you know how to speak Greek? So my point is, for him to assume that he was an Egyptian, that means he had to look like what? He had to look like us. He had to look like the Egyptians. So that is proven to you that Paul was not a white man. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin that looked like an Egyptian. Just like Moses. Moses was mistaken for what? An Egyptian. He lived in Pharaoh's house, right? As his nephew or grandson, something to that effect. In order to live among the ancient Pharaoh, he had to do what? He had to look like him. So again, Moses was not a white man. Christ, not a white man. Right. He just read in Job, my skin is black upon me. Job, not a white man. We have been lied to, brothers. That's all we're trying to bring out to y'all. We're trying to bring out truth to our people because they have not been taught truth. You've been taught that you niggas, spicks, coons. You taught that you nothing. You taught that you the bottom of the scum of the earth. When God said you're the greatest people that ever walked the earth. Matter of fact, the earth was made for you. Right. You're supposed to be the rulers of this earth. You're supposed to be the gods of this earth. That's right. But we have been put down on the bottom in slavery because of our disobedience to God. That's all we out here trying to teach our people. We're trying to teach our brothers and our sisters to come back to the law, statutes of God so we can get our rightful rulership.
What about our African roots? What about those gods and those demigods and things like that?
We're not Africans. Give me Exodus chapter 11, verse 7.
I know we're not African, but I'm saying.
But if we're not African...
Some of us are.
Some
back.
Exactly. Remember what I said. Watch this. Let me read this. It's going to explain a little bit farther.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
So nobody should speak against the children of Israel. Nobody should be speaking against God's people. We don't.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So you hear what the Bible just said? There's a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Because the Egyptians had Israel in slavery. All right, so when you ask, what about our African roots? We don't have any African roots. We're not Africans. The only thing that happened with us is that in 70 AD, from Titus forced us, give me that one. He forced us to leave out of Jerusalem and forced us into Africa. So I'm gonna prove that all out of the Bible. I don't want to just speak. All right, so let's prove it out of the Bible so it don't just seem like it's coming from me.
Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
So this is a prophecy coming from Christ to the Israelites. When you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, meaning surrounded by armies, read on.
Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
So Christ is saying, no, when you see that, this is prophecy. All right, he said, when you see that, know that your destruction is near. That's what he's saying. Read on.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
When then you see, then flee to excuse me, read it again.
Then let them which are in Judea.
So them that are in Jerusalem do what?
flee to the mountains.
The mountains is Egypt, because Israel, before they built the Suez Canal, Israel and Egypt was connected to each other. So you could just walk from Israel or Jerusalem to Egypt. Y'all understand that? So Christ said, when you see the Roman Empire surround Jerusalem, flee out of there. He's giving them warning. Flee out of there. Leave out of there. Where did they go? They went to Egypt. Why? Because they look like the Egyptians and they can hide amongst them. All right? Read on.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
So let them that are in Jerusalem flee. All right? Read.
And let not them that are in the countries enter therein too.
So he said, don't come back to Jerusalem because the Romans are going to take over.
For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
So that's the history of what happened to our people, how we got into Africa. All right, now give me Joel so we can see. Now, so that was in 70 AD, right? You got to know the history. So that was in 70 AD. 70 AD, the Roman Empire surrounded Jerusalem. We were forced out of Jerusalem, right? Then we went into Africa. We started to live there. Hundreds and hundreds of years passed. We're doing all right there. Now let's see what happens.
Joel chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
So what does it mean when you cast lots for a certain group of people? Anybody know? Say. Chain them up. I can accept that. What you got? I got you. I'm gonna show you right here. Right here. It said they have cast lots for my people. You see this? What's this? This is an auction block. So when you cast lots, nigga sold to Master Charles in West Virginia. That's what they did. They cast lots for our people. All right, y'all familiar with that history, correct? Y'all know that happened to our people. All right. So let's go.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine.
They have given, don't hold on, brother. Guys, give us 1 second. We're not gonna hold them too long, sister. We're trying to teach our people their history that they have been destroyed from.
Right.
And this is why the man must, according to the Bible, the man must be ruling his household. Because a woman will try to pull you out of everything that's right. They'll have you worshiping white Jesus. They'll have you worshiping Christmas. They'll have you worshiping Easter, a bunny that lay eggs. Where they do that at? They'll be calling your son, you'll name your son Zion, and the next thing you know, he calling himself Tahiti or something like that. Switch it. Come on now.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
So the Most High God said, what do you have to do with me, Tyre and Zidon? These are two African nations, not Israelites, all right? You know it.
And all the coasts of Palestine.
And all the coast of Palestine. These are the Arabs. These are the people that had your people, that forced your people into slavery, right? The Palestinians, you know.
Will ye render me a recompense?
So God is saying to them, will you pay me back? Why is he saying that? Because God didn't choose them. Guess what? He chose you. He chose you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to be the Israelites, to be his chosen people.
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
He said, you're taking my silver and my gold. We just read in Luke about Titus coming through and forcing the Israelites out of Jerusalem, right? Guess what they did? Not only did they force them out, they took the gold, they took the silver, they took everything that was in there. They took everything. And they took the people.
The children also of Judah.
And the children of Judah. They took the children of Judah, which is you.
And the children of Jerusalem.
And the children of Jerusalem, which is you.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians?
Who's the Grecians? Who's the Grecians? The Greeks. Who are they? Who would you call them today? Greeks. What do they look like? So-called white people. So the Bible is telling you that Africans and the Arabs sold the Israelites to the Greeks, to the Grecians. This is your history right here. You can't read your history in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. You can't read your history in the Quran. But guess what? You can read your history right here coming out of the Bible. The prophets are black. Christ is black. This Bible is talking about us. It's not talking about no. Guess what? This, like you said earlier when you came up earlier, They have taken this Bible, let me see for a second. They have taken this Bible, kept it closed, and told you, slave, obey your slave masters. They didn't read nothing.
That's why they put him right there.
That's why they were able to do that, because guess what? We wasn't even allowed to read or write back then. If we can't read or write, we ain't got no choice but to listen to what they say.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's all we out here trying to tell our people. Correct our people. And once you start to tell them that, we get the frown faces, we get the come on, we gotta go. They can care less about who they are. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Our people can care less about who they are.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. That's why we're so out here so passionate about it. Because we're like, yo, how are you so accepted in the conditions of your people right now? How do you glorify prostitution? How do you got these cash apps, our sisters all over these, not cash apps, what do you call that thing? OnlyFans, they all over that thing. You got, hey.
Read the Matrix.
I'm trying to keep it real with you. Go ahead. Degenerate. How have we become a degenerate plant? The Most High God, He planted us to be a noble vine. But guess what? We have become a degenerate plant. Meaning, our people are strung out on drugs. They're strung out on alcoholism. They sleeping from woman to woman, not taking care of their kids. The women is having abortions at an alarming rate. These are problems in our community. But how are we going to fix it? Through the word of God. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine.
The Most High God said He created y'all to be rulers. He created y'all to be gods. He created y'all to be kings on the earth. But how have you fallen, Israel? How have you come so low? Why are you now the tail and not the head? I made you to be the head. I made you to have rulership over the earth. Dominion over the earth. But we have fallen to the bottom. Read that.
Holy a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
How have you then turned into the strange plant? Because if He created us to be holy, royal, kingdom, God, now we become strange because we calling ourselves real niggas. What is a real, can somebody answer that for me? What is a real nigga? What is that? How many times you call yourself that? Be honest.
I try not to call myself a real nigga.
But have you ever in life?
Yes.
I have as well.
there.
Before I knew this truth of who I was, what about y'all? Y'all called yourself that? Can anybody define a real nigga to me? Please.
A real nigga.
Oh, but what is it though?
A real nigga.
Yeah, exactly. I get
real
what you're
nigga.
saying. A real ignorant person. That's what it is.
A real nigga.
A real ignorant person. That's what you're calling yourself. Go ahead. What I got you? Go back to Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
And believe it or not, brothers, sisters that may be listening, this is love. Not that thing, give me hugs and kisses and flowers and this. This is love. We showing y'all love right now. Unconditional love. Trying to change the mindset of our people from that degenerate plant to come back as a noble vine. All right? Read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Y'all hear this? The creator of heaven and earth say He chose you, Israel. He chose you. You got your favorite pair of sneakers on, compared to those other hundreds of sneakers that you may have. You chose those, meaning they're your favorite. You love those things. This is how the Most High God feel about Israel. Guess what? Believe it or not, y'all are the Israelites. We are the Israelites, the true Jews. All right?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You thought I was just speaking out of my mouth? The Most High God said you are above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right.
You are not supposed to be on the bottom. He didn't make you that way.
Or equal.
But or equal. Definitely not equal. Definitely not on the bottom. He made you to be what?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Hey, that should boost your self-esteem right there. He made you to be above all people on the face of the earth. Give me that in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. Let's get some more out of that.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Sister, you should come down here. You're learning about that you're the greatest people on the earth. Do you not care? Answer me that. Do you not care? See, hey, we should have a problem with this. Our own people is like, I don't give a damn if you say you the best people on the earth. If the Most High God say you the best. He said you're supposed to be above all people. That's how destroyed our mindset has become. They took the shackles off of our wrists and ankles and our necks, and they put it on our mind. That's why you can walk around and say, the same damn demon that had you in slavery, now you can say, I can go to him and be saved. Are you serious? Why he didn't save you then before he put you in slavery then? Why he didn't save you then?
In Ezra chapter 6, verse 54, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So the Most High God said he made Adam Lord of all thy creatures. God over everything that's on the earth. Read on.
Of him come we all.
So we all nations come of Adam. All people, kindreds, tongues come from Adam. Read on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So it said and. So when you got that word and, you have a group right here, but then you have and or also whom he have chosen. Who did we just read who he chose? The Israelites. Who are the Israelites? Us. Say that thing with conviction. Say that thing with pride. We've been taught that we're nothing. Now you're finding out that you're the greatest people that ever walked the earth.
Good.
All right, you gotta own that thing. Read it again.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Through blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, God chose you to be the greatest people on the earth. And I say that thing boldly and proudly. I can give a damn who listening. Go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Remember I said that earlier. Remember, I'm not going to speak out of my own vain opinion. The Most High God said he made the world for your sakes and everything in it. You're supposed to be the rulers of the earth, have dominion over the earth. This thing is yours. It was created for you. Read on.
As for the other people,
now, as for the other people that's ruling over us, now we walk here in America, we slave in America. This is their kingdom, this is their dominion right now. As for them, let me just finish it. Go ahead.
Every race had their dominion except for us.
We had it at one point.
But they took it.
They did.
Talking about Black Wall Street.
We had Black Wall Street, they destroyed that thing. We had another one in Florida, Rosewood. They destroyed that thing as well. Why? Because they don't want you. They don't want to be with you, and they don't want you to do your own thing. You just can't do nothing here. They don't want you to have nothing. If you're not following their narrative, then you radical. So that's what they're gonna call us right now, radical. Why they not accepting of the LGBT? You know why we're not accepting of it? Because God says he's not accepting of it.
right?
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? I don't care if they money saying God they trust. They don't trust in God. How they gonna say they trust in God? God said you should lie, man should not lie with mankind as with womankind. But then they pass a law saying that's hypocrisy. Why is our people following it and our people vote for these things?
Right.
They vote and put the same enemy that had you in shackles and chains, you go and vote for him like he's gonna save you. This nation cannot save you.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.